The Kawasaki Ninja 7 and Z7 are the world's first strong hybrid motorcycles, offering both a gas motor, an electric motor, and battery pack. Kawasaki builds them as a mid-size package with instant acceleration of a 1000cc class super sport model from a standing start. The fuel economy on par with a smaller displacement models such as the Ninja 400 or Ninja 500, and push-button sport riding with 3 different drive modes, each offering a distinct riding character and numerous innovative features for riders to explore. Does the real-world riding experience live up to the hype in the description? As an owner of both electric motorcycles and gas motorcycles, I feel I'm uniquely qualified to answer this. And the bottom line is, yeah, it kind of does. Mainly because that description is heck of a lot of complicated. And that's kind of what this bike reminds me and feels like. There's a heck of a big learning curve to figure out how to get all the right modes, buttons, and switches all set up for the exact right riding situation that you're in. There's some unique quirks to the motorcycle, but there's also a lot of charm and some really cool style. If you're heavy into features and being the first on the block, this bike may be exactly what you are looking for. If you're like me, it would take a little bit of time to learn that learning curve to figure out if this is the right bike for me. So stick around with me. Let's get into all the charm, features, quirks, and the full riding experience of the Ninja 7 Hybrid. Welcome to MCC Just Motos.
Hey guys, it's Andy. I'm here at Glen Burnie Motorsports. I'm really excited today. I'm going to be testing out the Ninja 7, the first hybrid electric gas motorcycle. We also have the Kawasaki Z7 hybrid. I'm going to give you a full walkthrough of the motorcycles. I'll tell you the specs, what's cool about it, what my thoughts are about it, and more importantly, what it's like to drive. If you're new to my channel, I do all things motorcycle. Again, it's the world's first hybrid. It has a 451cc parallel twin gas motor, but it also has a 48-volt electric motor. The specs on the motor, it produces, we don't know the horsepower, but about 41 pounds of torque, I believe. And the gas, or the electric motor I've heard has about 10 horsepower. And here's something that they don't talk about. It's a very similar motor and block to the Ninja 500, which produces 50 horsepower and 31 pounds of torque. But that's at 11.1 compression ratio, if I'm not mistaken. This is at 11.7. The Ninja 400 has 32 millimeter throttle bodies. This has 36 millimeter throttle bodies. It makes about 39% more torque than the Ninja 500 at 41. If you extrapolate that 39% figure, you're going to have about 70 horsepower. So even though it's the same motor and starts life as the same motor, there's some tweaks to it that is not the exact same as the Ninja 500. Now, you'll see these two bikes here. They're very similar. I'm going to show some of the profile differences. It is exactly the same motorcycle. There's just some fairing differences. One's full faired, one's a naked bike. I'll tell you if there's any, the seat height on them I think is exactly the same at 31.7 inches, something like that. I'll put the actual specs on the screen. But one is basically if you like the looks of a faired bike versus an unfaired bike. It's a little cheaper if you go with the Z7 versus the Ninja 7 hybrid. How does it work? Well, I'll talk to you about some of the features here. The motorcycle is actually really long. In fact, let me show you this. Look at this wheelbase here. Wow, that thing's crazy. I think it's a 61-inch wheelbase. I'll give you an example. I think the Ninja 650 or the Z650 is like a 50-some inch wheelbase. Again, I'll put it there, but it's really long. Obviously, that's to incorporate the battery pack and the electric motor with the engine. That's a parallel twin. So you get this really long wheelbase. And my thought is that's going to make for a much more stable and controlled riding feel. We'll see if that matches. And again, the weight on this one is about 507 pounds with the battery pack. They didn't say if that's wet or dry, but again, a Ninja 650, I believe, is 438 pounds. Not quite 100 pounds difference, but a substantial amount more weight. Most of the features that you'll see on this Ninja are pretty standard motorcycle fare. You got two Nissan caliper pistons in the front, dual disc brakes, a single in the rear, and all standard fare of pretty much all the exact Ninja livery or the Z livery that you'll see on most of the Kawasaki motorcycles. The secret sauce is that this bike will drive like an automatic. There is no clutch, and I'm used to that because I drive an electric motorcycle, but there is no clutch. You can shift with the finger shift, which I'll show you about here, and there's a special power boost which we'll talk about. One of the best things I like about this motorcycle is that it can ride in pure electric or hybrid mode, where it actually incorporates the gas motor and the electric mode. It's a 3.7 gallon tank, and the specs and what I've seen is about 50 to 56 miles per gallon is what you're seeing. And with that range, it's going to go anywhere from 189 to 207 miles, calculated range. That's what I'm seeing. I really don't know if that's accurate or not. I hear that you could go about 5 miles on just pure EV electric motor, and you can ride with it very quiet. So that's really cool. You might be able to blast out of a neighborhood without having to wake anybody up and then go do some sport riding. So again, it should be a pretty sporting ride. Is a hybrid the wave of the future? You know, one of the things I found is on cars, the uptake, and I think Ryan F9 and Revzilla for this on high side, low side, I think they said about 1 EV car for every 20 gas cars sold. On electric motorcycles, I think they said it was somewhere like 1 in every 500 a gas motorcycle, an EV motorcycle. So the uptake's very, very low on this. Who knows, will a hybrid be better? Does it make more sense now that you got range? Is it heavy to drive? We'll find out, all that good stuff. Again, one of the coolest things that I'm really excited about is that it does have an electric motor, and you can start in that range, but it has a walk feature where you're going to be able to use the electric motor to walk it forward or reverse, help with parking. I can tell you right now, just sitting on the motorcycle, it's a little bit short on the steering lock. Let me get on the motorcycle so you can see what it feels like. I'm 5'9", 30-inch inseam. Let me show you how I fit on the bike. Woo, it's going to be hot today. Yow! All right, so there I am. I can tell you that it feels really comfortable. Yeah, you can see it's on, my feet are almost directly under me. It's not a sport bike position, but it's a sporty position. Almost a modified standard, I feel. You have really high risers up here. Let's see what it's like on the Z7 versus Ninja 7. This is the Z7, and yeah, let's see how it feels. This one definitely is a little more comfy. So I'll say the bar risers and the seat position are a little, oh yeah, so this one is a little more relaxed, comfortable. That is a little bit more sporty. The risers are a little bit taller on this. I'd say I'd give it maybe an inch taller is what I would say on the risers. Can't really tell much on the hips, but it does feel a little bit more room on the hips on the Z. So there's the main difference, is the styling and the fit or on your bike is this is a little bit more upright and relaxed, more like a standard. Here I'm sitting on the Ninja 7. The mirrors are pretty far out. They look to be okay. We'll see how they are when we ride it. It is a hefty bike. Again, I have a 31-inch inseam. I'm almost flat footing, but it feels very comfortable. And yeah, there's a little bit more weight on the handlebar pressures on the Ninja versus the Z7. Let's start this bad boy up, shall we? There it is. This is EV mode, and I'm in walk mode, it's called. So I believe, there we go. If I want to go in reverse, I'll push the throttle backward. If I want to go forward in walk mode, there it is. I just twist the throttle like normal. How cool is that? So that should help when you're parking. I like it. That I could get used to. Walk mode, I push the walk button there. There it is. And then I can go ahead and hit the gears, which is my handlebar right here on the left-hand side, and I can go reverse or forward. If I want to go back to riding the bike in gas or hybrid mode, I just left-hand button here, I turn the walk off, and it turns on automatically. Sport mode, eco mode. And then I think I can go hybrid electric. There we go, now I'm in pure EV. And I'm just going to ride around the parking lot and see what it's like to ride it in EV mode. Very cool. That feels really, really fun. You can hear a little bit of whine from it, but not too much. So I'm gonna go suit up, we'll go for a ride, and I'll give you my thoughts.
All right, guys, this is actually take 2 of riding the Kawasaki Ninja 7 Hybrid. I had to get used to it, and I just wanted to make sure, and I keep talking about a flashing check engine light, but what I found out is when you buy the bike, it has to get registered, and until it's registered, you're gonna get that flashing engine light. Getting on the bike, I wanna show you a couple cool features. This will allow me to talk about it because I've done this again. So, you can see there's a dash, full TFT color, pretty small, but it's still pretty cool. You can see it really good. It's in sport mode right there, and you can see it going on. I'm going to turn it to echo mode right now. And I'm going to go to walk. And we talked about this. In walk mode, you're going to hit this forward gear right there. This is how you hit forward, up shift, up shift, downshift. If you can see those. But now I'm in walk mode, and there we go. Look at that. See? Well, I should be walking it. But if I want to go back, there we go. Just reverse the throttle, right? So you are using both hands when you drive this bike, no matter what. All right, so to get out of walk mode, you hit the walk again. Now I'm in eco mode, and you can see I just get right out. Pure EV, pure battery power. And now the motor kicks on, right? And I'm going to turn on automatic shifting. You can only get automatic shifting. There we go. Automatic transmission in eco mode. That's the first mode that I want to show you. So you take off in electricity, or sorry, in battery power, and then it goes to engine, and it really short shifts, and you get a little bit of lag in this when it shifts automatic, but it's okay. And just off the bat, this bike, it's not super lightweight at 500 and some plus pounds, 510, 506 pounds, but it's very stable. So it's a little hard to get off the center stand and move around, but not terrible for someone who's been riding for a while. And ooh, that's fun. And you can see that it does have a little bit of bump, 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 shift, pause, and it's automatically shifting for you. And I want to show you what it's like to just give it the beans. So I'm giving it the beans in eco mode, and it is not fast at all. And now not only that, it's shifting at 5,000 RPM. So it is a little bit hesitation, and it's just really short shifting. I'm going to show you what it's like to shift in manual mode. And you can see the bike comes to a stop. You don't have to put in clutch. But I do like automatic mode. It's kind of easy to ride. It makes you not have to think about shifting. It just does it for you, and you get the best fuel economy. All right, so here I go, and you can see it just goes right into EV. Now, for EV, you see you hold down the EV button right there, and then it says EV, and it's pure automatic. And I think the top speed, I'm giving it the beans, is about 42, 43 miles an hour. Perfect for city, but you cannot go on the highway with this. And I don't know if it will turn back on. I think you have to come to a full stop in the EV mode. Brakes are really good. They're very easy to modulate, very good feel. Good transition side to side. I'll tell more about that in a little bit. Really easy light pull, even for this heavy bike. You see I'm just bruising through parking lots, and the EV mode's going great. And it's quiet. To get out of EV mode, I gotta come to a stop. There we go. And I'm gonna go to sport mode. And in sport mode, it takes away the automatic shifting. So you have to shift with your pointer finger and your left thumb. It's almost like a video game. And you can see it's kind of screaming at you. The RPM's kind of screaming at you. But I like it. So what I'm going to do, give it the beans launch without the e-boost. Alright, here we go. Launch without e-boost. Alright. Pretty fun. Not, it feels like a 400 class. It absolutely feels like a 400 class without the e-boost. Now, it is weird not having to shift with your foot, but you are actually shifting with your hand. Well, the next part is I'm going to show you what the e-boost is like to launch. And this is your e-boost right here. And you notice you don't have to hold it down. You just have to press it once. And let's give it the beans. Go. Whoa! Woohoo! Woohoo! Now, that is fun. That is absolutely fun. That is a rip and a blast. Now you're talking 650 class. It really is impressive when that e-boost kicks in. That launch speed is good. Let's talk about handling, shall we? So it feels like a big bike. It feels almost like a sport touring size bike. Almost sport touring in its size, wheelbase, and its comfort, I'll say too. So it's really solid. You're not getting too many bumps. You don't feel the jarring. Is there a little bit of vibration? A little bit, not terrible. Oops, I did try and grab a clutch here, and I'm used to it on a gas bike. I mean, a electric bike, to not grab the clutch, but that's funny. So I rode this before, and I was in EV mode. And the problem with EV mode is you can't get out of it without stopping. So top speed in EV mode is 40. It got up to 40 just fine, staying with traffic. But then like the traffic started going 50, 60. And I was like, uh-oh, I better find a way to pull over so I can get out of EV mode. Don't know if there's a way to, when you're driving, go from EV mode to hybrid mode. I just don't. I think that would be very helpful. All right, so I noticed something right now. The shifting has gotten a lot smoother. Just me learning how to drive it. If I'm really rapping on the throttle and shifting, there can be a little bit of a delay, especially in eco mode. Let's see what happens. Can I get to eco mode when I'm driving? Yes, I can. Now, now I'm in automatic transmission. All right, so shifting automatic for me. So there is more of a big hesitation when I'm in automatic mode. So I don't know if I would like that very much, that hesitation. So I might see if I can get out of automatic transmission, go to manual. Let's see if it lets me. Yes, it does. So commuting-wise, it feels good, right? It's not setting the world on fire with just pure motor, but it's powerful enough. And the bike is definitely stable. A little bit of wind on my arms, but not much on my chest. So this feels good. The mirrors are very stable. You know, I'm going highway speeds, and it's a very comfortable commuter style bike. You could totally get away with this. A little bit of vibes, not terrible. No one's behind me. E-boost on, go. Woo-hoo-hoo. That is fun. It has the, again, the middleweight CC oomph that you would want when you have the e-boost on. I like it. But it has the 400 performance when you don't have it on. And you have the 400, probably better than 400 fuel economy I think I'd leave in sport mode. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Shifting feels good when I'm manually shifting, for sure. It is, yeah. I'm not talking about the suspension so much right now. I think the suspension is, again, taking the bumps really nicely. And that's weird. Like, okay, here's another thing. It won't shift unless you're actually on the throttle. So I'm shifting right now. Oops. It will downshift, but it won't upshift unless you're actually on the throttle. All right. Just got to get used to it. So I think this could be a great everyday bike. You got to get used to how you ride it. I think the price is not terrible at all. I think it's actually pretty good, all things considered. If you want a sometimes 600 performance, sport touring comfort, commuting comfort, sneak out of the town, so you're not monkeying with your neighbors. I'm going to turn on pure EV mode so you can see this, guys. So we're going to get back to the dealership, Glen Burnie Motorsports, with just pure EV mode, see how it works. So yeah, I really think there is a use case for this bike. It's very comfy, whether you get the Z or the Ninja. Very comfy. The heft adds to the stability, and you're not going to get in trouble. The bike getting out of sorts, losing traction. I think you're always going to have traction with that long wheelbase and heavyish weight. The display is very clear and easy to see. I really dig it, guys. It's not exactly what I expected. The learning curve on this is actually harder than on a pure EV. It really is, mainly because of the shifting and the different modes that you got. So the learning curve on this is not a lot steeper. It's steeper than on a pure EV. But the fact that you can do a automatic transmission mode is pretty cool, right? In fact, look at me. I'm going straight EV. And it's actually shifting. That's so cool. I can focus on driving, not worrying about shifting, being in the right gear. I'm not worried about the bumps because it's such a compliant suspension. The brakes feel really good. They're not too sharp. They're not too soft. This is a light pull. It feels really nice. Going around corners is easy. I feel enough weight, and I can get some feedback on the front tire. And there I go. I'm in EV mode. Look at this. Is about as fast as I want to go anyway. Wow, very cool. Yeah, I'm digging it, guys. This is a much different experience than I thought. It's not gas, it's not electric, it's hybrid. And yeah, just really enjoying it. What are your guys' comments? What are your guys' thoughts? What questions do you have? I'll answer them. You know, would I spend $1,200, $1,000 of my own money? If it was my own bike, maybe I might, right? It's a little bit unique. It's a great concept and a great capability that exists right now. Good job, Kawasaki. We're gonna get one more look-see at this bike. So check this out, right? We'll go right back into walk mode here. Walk mode. Yep, there it is. Look at that. That is a great feature, right? It's not, you know, it's not Goldwing heavy, but that's so cool. I want to turn it off. Yeah, good job, Kawasaki. I'm very impressed with the overall riding characteristics, the long wheelbase, and the functionality of the thing. It's much better baked than I thought, to be honest with you. I would go with the Ninja over the Z7 just because even though that one's more comfortable, I like the looks of this one better. I think it is more sporty. Is it befitting of a Ninja name? I think so. I think you got the sporting characteristics. I think you got the looks of it, and you can actually use that e-boost to really get that punch out of there. Huge thank you to Glen Burnie Motorsports. Guys, you got to check them out. If you're anywhere in Maryland, Baltimore, Annapolis area, or anywhere at all, they carry a full line of stuff. Glen Burnie Motorsports has been so kind to let me ride this. They are the friendliest folks. But listen, guys, Ninja 7 hybrid, I think you're going to be surprised. I think it's a good price point. So guys, please like and subscribe. Drop your comments below of what questions you have about it, what it's like to ride this, and we'll catch you in the next episode.